In a village nestled amidst the sweeping savanna of Africa, where the golden sun kissed the earth and the gentle breeze whispered through the tall grass, there lived a couple whose love story was both enchanting and tragic. Kofi and Ajo were childhood sweethearts, their hearts entwined from the moments they first laid eyes on each other. Their love blossomed like the vibrant wildflowers that dotted the landscape. And when they married, the entire village celebrated, for theirs was a love that seemed destined to withstand the test of time. But beneath the surface of their happiness lurked a shadow of discontent that threatened to tear them apart. Kofis mother, Mame Ausa, a stern woman with a heart as cold as the winter winds, had never been kind to Ajo. From the moment she entered their lives, Mame Ausa had made it clear that she did not approve of the marriage. She would hurl insults and accusations at Ajo, blaming her for their inability to conceive a son to carry on the family name. Despite Ajo's unwavering love and devotion to her husband, Kofi found himself torn between the woman he loved and the mother who had raised him. Kofi's mother, Mame Ausa, cast a dark shadow over their happiness. She would often mutter under her breath about the need for a male heir to carry on the family name, her disapproving gaze piercing Ajo's soul. As the time went on, Mame Ausa's pressure on Kofi intensified, her words poisoning his mind like a slow-acting venom. He began to distance himself from his wife Ajo, blaming her for their inability to conceive a son. Ajo, heartbroken and despondent, prayed to the ancestors for guidance, but her cries seemed to fall on deaf ears. One fateful day, Ajo's prayers were answered in the form of a newborn baby girl. Holding the tiny bundle of joy in her arms, Ajo felt a surge of love unlike anything she had ever experienced before. But when she looked into Kofi's eyes, she saw only disappointment and anger staring back at her. Mame Ausa's reaction was even more devastating. With a look of disdain, she turned her back on Ajo and the baby, declaring that she would have no part in raising a mere girl. In that moment, Ajo knew that she had lost not only her husband, but also her mother-in-law's love and acceptance. As the years passed without the blessing of a son, Mame Ausa's disdain turned to outright hostility. She whispered poison into Kofi's ear, filling his mind with doubts and insecurities, until he could no longer see the love that had once shone brightly between them. And so, one fateful day, he made the heart-wrenching decision to send his wife and daughter away. And so, with nothing but the clothes on her back and the fire of determination burning in her heart, Ajo set out into the wilderness with her daughter. Guided by the light of the moon and the whispers of the wind, for days she wandered, her feet weary and her spirit broken, until at last she stumbled upon a hidden oasis nestled deep within the heart of the jungle. As the years passed, Ajo worked tirelessly to provide for her daughter, teaching her the ways of their ancestors and instilling in her the values of love, kindness, and resilience. Together, they built a life filled with laughter and joy, far away from the judgmental eyes of their past. For Ajua, the pain of Kofi's betrayal cut deeper than any blade. She had given him her heart and her soul, only to be cast aside like a worthless trinket. But despite her grief, Ajua refused to succumb to despair. With the strength of her ancestors coursing through her veins, she vowed to forge a new path for herself, one filled with hope and determination. It was there, beneath the shade of a mighty palm tree, that Ajua found solace. She bathed in the crystal clear waters of the oasis, her troubles washing away with each ripple that danced across the surface. And as she gazed up at the towering branches of the palm tree, a sense of peace washed over her, filling her with a newfound sense of purpose. But little did Ajua know that she was not alone in the oasis, for deep within the shadows of the jungle lurked a dark and malevolent presence, a creature of nightmares known only as the Night Stalker, with eyes as black as coal and a heart as cold as ice. The Night Stalker moved in the jungle, preying on the unsuspecting souls who dared to wander too close to its domain. And so it was that, on a moonlit day, as Ajua lay sleeping beneath the branches of the palm tree, the Night Stalker emerged from the shadows, its twisted form silhouetted against the starlit sky. With a sinister grin, it crept closer and closer, its claws extended and its eyes gleaming with malice. But just as the Night Stalker was about to strike, a miracle occurred. Far from the depths of the jungle emerged a magnificent lion, its mane ablaze with the light of 1,000 stars. With a mighty roar, the lion lunged at the Night Stalker, driving it back into the darkness from whence it came. As the first rays of dawn illuminated the horizon, Ajua woke to find herself surrounded by the gentle warmth of the morning sun and the comforting presence of the lion by her side. With tears of gratitude streaming down her cheeks, she reached out to the lion, her heart overflowing with love and awe. From that day forth, Ajua and the lion became inseparable, roaming the wilderness together in search of adventure and discovery. And though her heart still ached for the love she had lost, Ajua found solace in the knowledge that she was never truly alone, for she had found a love far greater than any she had ever known, the love of a loyal and faithful friend. Meanwhile, back in the village, Kofis Mother's influence didn't stop there. In her strong desire for a boy, she brought another girl into their home, Ada. She picked Ada because she thought she could have a son. Kofi disagreed, still feeling sad about his old wife and daughter, but his mother didn't listen. Kofi reluctantly married Ada, feeling like he had betrayed his past. At first, Ada was obedient and tried to make Kofi and his mother happy, but as time passed, she became bitter and angry about being forced to have a son. Months and years went by, but Ada couldn't get pregnant. No matter how much they prayed, Kofi's mother got angrier and demanded a grandson more and more. But Ada couldn't fulfill her wishes, and the tension at home got worse. Eventually, Ada had to leave. As the years went by, Kofi's mother became very sick. Because she was so upset about not having a grandson, she got weaker and weaker until she couldn't get out of bed. Despite hoping for a grandson, Ada couldn't have a baby, which made Kofi's mother even sadder. On her deathbed, Mame Ausa called for Kofi, her voice weak and raspy. With tears in her eyes, she asked for his forgiveness. Mame Ausa spoke of the love she had witnessed between Ajo and their daughter, a love so pure and unconditional that it had the power to heal even the deepest of wounds. In her final moments, Mame Ausa made Kofi promise to seek out his wife and daughter, and eventually she died. With a heavy heart, Kofi set out on a journey of redemption guided by the memory of his mother's dying words. It took him years to track down Ajua and their daughter, but when he finally stood before them, he knew that he had found his true purpose in life. With tears streaming down his face, he fell to his knees and begged for their forgiveness, vowing to spend the rest of his days making up for the lost time. And so, in the midst of hardship and heartache, a family once torn apart by betrayal and prejudice found their way back to each other, their love stronger than ever before. For in the end, it was not blood that bound them together, but the unbreakable bond of a mother's love. In the years that followed, Kofi and Ajo's love story became the stuff of legends, whispered around campfires and told to children as they drifted off to sleep. And though their journey had been fraught with pain and sorrow, they emerged stronger and more resilient than ever before, their love shining like a beacon of hope in the darkness. And as they watched the sun set over the horizon, casting a golden glow over the savannah, Kofi and Ajo knew that their love would endure for all eternity, a testament to the power of forgiveness, redemption, and the unyielding strength of the human spirit. The end. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Thank you.